Hello to all the beautiful souls out there. Welcome back to the Serene Corner, or welcome in if you are new. Hey, it's your girl Serenity, and we are back with another video. And today we're going to be talking about something very serious, very, very serious. And I don't know why more people aren't talking about it. I know there are people talking about this, but we need to talk about this in today's video, and it's called sharenting. It's a form of parenting, and we're going to be talking about it today. And more people need to be talking about this. More people need to be advocating for the safety of children on the internet and on social media specifically. And we're going to be breaking it all down in today's video. If you know anything about me personally, or if you've been following me online personally, on a lot of my own personal accounts, I've been sharing for years information about child safety on the internet, on social media, protecting your kids from the internet, really preventing and not posting your kids on the internet at all. But in today's video, I want to bring the facts, the receipts, the data, and the reasoning behind why this really is almost an epidemic at this point. Like, after the research I did for this video, I'm even more concerned, truly, which is like so unfortunate. I'm even more concerned for the safety of children on social media, which is crazy to even think about. But we're going to be talking about all of that in today's video. So if you're ready for that, buckle up, get ready, because I know you're not even prepared for what I'm going to be talking about in this video. Like, please buckle up, sit down, grab a drink, because it's going to be one, a long one, and two, a crazy one. In this video, we're going to be breaking down sharenting specifically. I'm going to define it for you guys, let you guys know exactly what it is. Then we're going to get into some examples of sharenting and pull up some screenshots and some content that I easily found that's a blatant example of sharenting. And then we're going to get into some of the comments that I found under a recent video, or was it a recent video? Under a video of Kiki channel, I believe is her name. Let me make sure that's her YouTube name, which is a YouTuber on here that I just want to commend her for really opening my eyes, and probably a lot of people's eyes, to how important it is to be talking about safety of children on the internet, and as well the parents and what they're doing online with their kids' privacy and information. Next, we'll be going over some child safety statistics that I found and some information that I think is just important for all parents to know, or all people that care about kids to know. And then lastly, we'll wrap up the video with some current laws that are in place to protect kids online, so that we're all aware of what's currently out there and available for us to protect our children, or protect children in general online. That's a lot to get into. So like I said, buckle up, grab a snack, grab a drink, and a notebook and a notepad, whatever you need to take some notes, because this is crazy. Okay, let's get into part one, where we're breaking down what is sharenting. Have you even heard of this yet? I had not heard of this term personally myself just yet, but let's get into it. What is sharenting? Sharenting is defined as the action or practice of sharing news, images, or videos of one's children on social media websites. And this is by the Oxford English Dictionary. Okay? I wanted to add an addition that the National Institute of Health did a study in May of 2023 going over sharenting syndrome. This is now a syndrome. What? That has become common among parents. They have even developed a sharenting evaluation scale called the SES that is dedicated to assessing the degree of sharenting being done by a parent. I'll leave the study up here for you guys to see what I'm referring to when I'm talking about all this information. Insane. I didn't even know this existed. I didn't even know that it was a syndrome. But when I read this study, you guys, I'm in shock. I'm literally in shock. Okay, so they did this study in May of 2023, and their goal was to really see if there was signs of neglect and abuse within this concept of people sharing so much information about their kids online. So there was an 84,000 study pool size for this as well too, which is large. It's a large sample size. Let me be correct in my language here. And so I want to go over some of the data and statistics that they found and the results from this. Guys, just buckle up. I can't. As we go into reading the study, I found within the study, participants have stated that parents start sharing information about their children on social media platforms when in utero. In parentheses, they have 45.7%. That means almost half of parents are sharing photos of their children in utero, in the belly. It's almost half. That's insane to me. That's ridiculous. That's insane. Okay, so let me pull up some of the tables from this study as well, and I'll have everything on the screen so you guys can read along with me, because again, I was quaking in my boots. When do you think parents start to share their children's photos and videos on social media platforms? In utero, 45%. 45% think that. How often do you think parents share their child's photos and videos? Every day, 20%. A few days a week, 40%. A few days a month, 16%, and so on. Okay. What do you think parents share about their children on social media platforms? 85% say photographs. We'll come back to the fact that 85% are photos of these children online, and then we'll get into how nefarious people's intentions, what they're seeking out. We'll get into that. We'll get into it. And then it says, what types of content do you think parents share about their children on social media platforms? It says birth, special times such as birthdays, content about special days, 45%, or basically 46%. And then there's a section here, if you look, it says everything. What is everything? Everything. And it's basically 46%. So again, like half of parents. Half of parents. In which way do you think sharing parents' photos and videos on social media platforms affects children at most? And it says affects privacy, can cause neglect or blink, or cause the visuals of child to be used in inappropriate sites. 66%. 66% voted that. 66%. 20% was in an emotional way. It's like words or comments that affect/will affect a child negatively. For what purposes do you think parents use social media platforms? The highest was sharing. Just sharing. They just want to share. And I find it funny that, again, majority of the people in this survey voted that they're just doing this to just share. Share it in a group chat with your family. Share it with people that you know personally. Share it in a private setting. Why are we sharing it with the public, adding hashtags, ranking our kids in search? I genuinely need the answers quickly. I need the answers quickly. Why are we doing that? I need the answers quickly. Right. Okay, proceed. Do you think mothers or fathers use social media at most? A lot of people voted 67% mothers, 4.2% fathers, and 28% voted both. Mainly mothers. We'll note that as well too. Do you think parents must obtain permission from their children while sharing their photos and videos on social media platforms? 92% said yes. And if your baby can't even comprehend what you're saying, how can they consent to you posting these things online? Okay. The results and findings of the study were, according to this study, approximately 1/3 of participants who have children do not share their children's photographs on social media platforms. Among those who do share, the frequency of sharing is somewhat infrequent. Great. Another study conducted with mothers in Germany determined that 60% of them did not share photos of their children on social media. Yes, Germany. Yes. So that's what I meant by Germany. They don't really share their kids on the internet. 60% of them did not share pictures of their children on social media, while 26% reported sharing such posts like less than a year. In contrast, here we go. This is where I was like, what? What? A study conducted in the United Kingdom with 1,002 parents revealed that 71% of parents post 5 or more pictures of their children on social media every week. Why? Why? I need answers quickly. Why are we posting that much about your kids online for strangers to see at mass that much? I need to know. I need to know. So again, I brought this study up to really show you kind of the understanding of what sharenting is. And sharenting syndrome is getting to the point where people are almost classifying this as neglect and blank, right? That's scary. That's bad. This is not okay to be sharing your kids' private information and moments of their lives at mass online. There was another study that I found, and I believe it was from the Child Coalition Safety. And it was basically that the average parent posts around 1,500 photos of their child before his or her 5th birthday. That is sick. As someone that really enjoyed my childhood, had a lot of privacy in my childhood, I cannot imagine in my head having 1,500 photos of myself before the age of 5. Why am I with you at your ultrasound? Why am I seeing your baby in your stomach and I do not know you? No, genuinely, think about it. Why am I seeing this? It's almost like private health information after a while, too. Why am I seeing this? Why are you putting hashtags on this? I need to know. And I hope that my passion is not coming across too aggressive, but truly, we need more aggression in this realm and in this topic because the kids deserve passion like this for their safety, passion like this for their protection of their privacy and their lives. So that's sharenting, right? And as you can see, a lot of parents are participating in this at mass. It's insane. It's almost, again, how they have sharenting syndrome. It's at this point being classified as a syndrome. That's not okay. What happened to when parents used to tell us back in the day, Don't even tell a stranger on there. Don't even post your name. Make sure your username is nothing like anything close to your name. What happened to that? We are backtracking at this point. Okay, now I want to get into some examples because I feel like we have a clear understanding of what sharenting is at this point. And if you don't, Google. All right, so first, all I did was literally search hashtag girl mom. That's all I did. Just search a simple hashtag. And of course, first thing that comes up is a lady showing her bump, showing her pregnancy photos. Cute. Like, you look good, girl. Nothing wrong with that. Really, what I want to zoom and hone in on is the caption. 27 weeks, 13 weeks left to go until we meet our princess, which I'm assuming she means her and her husband or whatever. I'm not sure. And there's also like, this is a collabed post, I believe, of some kind, because it's, if you see how I have it marked off, it's her and someone else collaborating on this post, probably the photographer, I'm assuming. And then says pregnancy, maternity shoot, pregnant life, mom life. And also, this lady's username was basically a rendition of being like a mom boss, right? So this is her entire brand, as being a mother. Cute ish. I'm very biased on that because at a certain point, it's like, there's nothing about you personally that's interesting for you to just post about yourself. Like, everything has to be just about you being a mother. Okay. At a certain point, I don't like it when it becomes at the expense of the child. Anyway, let's move forward. Look at the hashtags. Hashtag the bump. Hashtag where she lives. Don't like that either. Hashtag maternity photo shoot. Hashtag pregnancy. Hashtag mom to be. Hashtag girl mom. Like, you're trying to rank and search. And then I hate that she put hashtag 27 weeks pregnant. Hashtag 6 months pregnant. Some of the hashtags are just so damaging and so dangerous because there's people with nefarious intentions mass searching these hashtags for specific kinds of content. And it's just like, why are we doing this? Oh my gosh, why are we doing this? And then all the women in the comments, oh, I can't believe how fast time's going by. A beautiful mama, gorgeous mama. Wow, wow. Whatever, right? And so there's that. And I'm just like, next. So you already know exactly what you're going to when you go to this girl's account. It's going to be everything about being a mom, and her kids are just going to be everywhere, up and through everything. Cute, whatever. Another example, same thing. They're matching. So cute. Share this with your family. Why are you sharing it with us? Your baby is literally fresh out the womb. It almost looks like, you know what I mean? Like, can you not? Same thing. Hashtags mommy life, black babies of Instagram, black baby goals. I find those problematic in my personal opinion. Why are we putting those hashtags on there? And then a lot of the comments are in a different language because this lady, I don't believe she's from, I don't know where she's from, right? Some of the comments are in a different language, but same vibe in the comments where it's like, oh my God, just the cutest baby. So people are already falling in love with your kid and just creating a parasocial relationship with your kid that's literally fresh out the womb. Move forward. Stuff like this too, like monumental moments. Remember the study that we read? A lot of parents just like to share everything, including just special moments in the kid's life that they just can't put in a scrapbook, right? Take a trip, caption again. I'll see if I have to blur this out a certain way. If anything, I'll just zoom into the caption and I'll explain what the video's of. It's of her kids looking out of the window on a plane as they take a trip. And her caption, they may be too young to remember these adventures, but I know we'll never forget them. So will the millions of people that saw this, right? No one can forget it now because it's cemented on an algorithm forever with hashtags. Hashtag family time, hashtag travels, hashtag motherhood, hashtag two moms. I believe this is a, there's two moms like in this relationship. Cute, cute, cute. Nothing wrong with that. Love it. And then there's someone in the comments saying, we love watching your adventures. Gives us so much hope for travel with kiddos. I'm not knocking the content and the intentions behind the content. I'm knocking the kids being positioned as the forefront of the content. Have yourself be the forefront of the content. It just gives, you're not as interesting. You know that people are going to click on kid content, so you're going to just exploit that. That's what it gives for me. So I don't mind you documenting this sentimental moment. Document it in a way that protects your children's safety. That's it. And also, when did you post this? Hopefully you didn't post this in real time when you're taking this trip going wherever. Let's just hope, right? Next one, ones like this, I'm sick. I'm sick to my stomach. I'm sick to my stomach at stuff like this. Why are we posting this stuff on social media on a public scale? The milestones of your kid turning 1 is almost such an exploitative process at this point where it's like, oh, and then the moms in the caption where they're like, hi, I'm blank name and I just turned 3 months years old. They can't talk. Your baby is 3 months old. It's like I'm trying to be mild about it, but how could you not have almost an aggression towards something like this when it's just so blatantly inappropriate and just exploitative to your child that cannot even, they don't even know their name. My name's blank, and they don't even know their name yet. They don't even know that they exist in the realm yet. Like, what are we talking about? Because stuff like this, and this was a video, but I'm not even gonna do the child like this and re-show you guys the video. But it's the same thing where the baby's like 3 months or whatever. Look at the comments. Excuse me, but these rolls. Like, I can't. And I know it's a cute compliment, but there's people with nefarious intentions looking exactly for content like this. They're searching up keywords exactly like this. We cannot ignore that that's the fact and that that's happening. And then, like, another person, OMG, the rolls, so cute and growing so fast. He is just beautiful and thriving. I hope you know all these people. Like, I hope you know them personally. I do. I hope you know them, because otherwise I find it weird. They're developing parasocial relationships with your children. How is that not weird to anyone? How is that not weird? And these aren't even the people with nefarious intentions. We haven't even gotten there yet. These are just, again, people commenting and interacting with this post. And again, mothers just trying to make their kid go viral. Which, did I even read the caption on this? Yeah, right. Blank is 3 months old in true second child fashion. This is 2 weeks late, but better late than never. What do you mean 2 weeks? Why are you? So you're like tracking it. I need to post it the day that they turn 3 months. Otherwise, I'm late. I'm behind. No one cares when your kid turns 3 months, but you trying to exploit the process of your child growing up online. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. I think it's disgusting. I don't like it. And also, again, mothers position this kind of content online of their kids when kids aren't even supposed to have social media accounts. The only reason you're getting away with this is because you're the one running the account. Why are babies on Instagram as influencers? Why are kids? I can't. I can't. I can't. I can't. I can't. I can't. Our little man is growing like a weed, loves to put everything in his mouth, and has started giving us giggles and the occasional belly laugh. So you're just telling us everything about your kid. We might as well be living with you. We literally might as well be living with you. We might as well be one of your kids too. I hate it. He loves watching his big sister, and he can't wait to take his first international trip at the end of the month. We love you. And we love how many clicks and engagement that you're getting. Let's just be honest. I'm tired of people not being honest. Bring back shame. Bring back shame. Okay, so then I went to hashtag boymom. And I believe also too, maybe that one was under hashtag boymom too. Hashtag boymom. Then it got crazy. Hashtag boymom. What's going on? What's going on under that hashtag? I've seen the videos too on toxic boy moms. I will leave a few links below, especially by Kiki. So good. So good. Which I hope I'm saying her name right. I'm pretty sure that's her YouTube channel. Let me check. Yep, Kiki channel. Maybe it's Kiki Chanel is her name. Love her channel. Go subscribe quickly. Went to hashtag boymom, and I see this lady, and I don't know who this lady is. She's verified as well. But when I tell you I wish the worst for her, truly wish the worst for her, in my opinion, I wish the worst for her, because why would you ever post this about your son? Why would you ever post this about your kid? She's going to post when your kid doesn't want to stop, collaborate, and listen. And I blocked out the kid's face because let me protect your kid since you're not. Let me do it for you. And the kid's clearly not wanting to be in the photo, like a normal kid, or just being a kid in general. Like, even if this photo existed, why? I just don't get why this is posted and why this is happening. And then for you to put that caption, it's a child. They don't even understand what a camera really is like that. Please. The caption, motherhood in one photo. Please enjoy my favorite throwback. Follow me on blank for more imperfect mom life. So you're exploiting like the negative aspects of being a parent. Like, I just don't get the intention. Like, and again, they want to act like their intentions are just to, oh, so other moms can relate and other parents. I just think it's so wrong, because if I were a child and my mother did this, I'm angry. I'm growing up with resentment towards you. I just don't get it. Don't get it. Don't get it. Look at the comments. No, to know him is to love him. And then it's like, does that ever happen? Mine are 21 and 18, and I am still waiting. So you're over here venting about your grown kids in somebody's comment section. Okay. OMG, this is everything. Another lady says, can't stop looking at this. Looking at what? Why can't you stop looking at this? What? Weird, weird. The reason I don't send family Christmas cards. Oh no, but you'll post it probably on social media or on your story somewhere and then laugh about how your kids, I guess, aren't smiling or acting the way you want them to in the photo. What's the point? Dude needs to check out the hook while my DJ revolves it. I don't understand what that means. An image you can hear, laughing emojis. And then this one I didn't blur the name out of. It's Mommy Needs a Drink. That's their username. So it's like kids are just so tough, like, oh, I always need a drink. That's the brand. I hate it. And then she said, I am deceased. And then another mom. And then this mom. It was, again, a video. I really don't want to show the videos because I just don't. My 13-year-old today, I found myself wondering if it's him turning 13 or the eclipse. So again, monetizing the eclipse, exploiting another thing. So we're exploiting Mother Nature too. Love that for you. Turning 13 or the eclipse that turned him into a feral beast. Pray for the years ahead. Well, I hope your kid sees this and chooses to double down and be the most feral child. Because that's what you're insinuating. What is the intention behind posting this? For people just to pray for you and pray for the years ahead of you? Why do you need to post this? If anything, it's just clickbaity. Because again, you're also knowing that the eclipse is happening. So you're using that as clickbait to then be like, oh, my son is just so terrible. Pray for me. It must be the eclipse just sending him into oblivion, not my terrible parenting. I'm just going to call it like it is. Like, I can't. And then last example that I have until we move into the next part is POV. You're a boy mom. And again, I blurred the kids out because let me protect your kids since you're not. And again, showing private moments like this, like bathroom or health regulations or like just basic things like this, like using the restroom or how to do such. Why are we posting that? No one needs a video explaining to them how to potty train. There's books for that. There's so much research already out there for that. We do not need a cringy reel of you being like, POV, you're a boy mom. What is the point of this? And why are your kids in this as well? Because you could still make this content without the kids being anywhere seen. And even then, I still wouldn't like it in terms of the bathroom stuff, because why are you exploiting what's going on in the bathroom with your kids? I find it very weird and disgusting, because are you not thinking about the people that have nefarious intentions with content? You're not. You're thinking about the views and the clicks and the likes. Disgusting. Okay, so again, I keep talking about Kiki, but I really feel like more people need to, one, give her credit, give her dues, give her coins. But then also, I went into one of her comment sections. I believe it was anything for views parenting. Yes, it was the anything for views parenting video. And I went into her comment section because I just found a lot of these comments to be interesting. Okay, very interesting. And let me actually put it up on my laptop so that I can really read these to you. Okay, so the first one is from a commenter. It says, about 8 years ago when my son was 6, back in the day of Craigslist, I posted our bikes up for sale. I didn't think anything of it that my son was in the picture with the bikes. I posted the photos and immediately got a response back from a woman telling me to take the photos of my son down immediately. She said it was the quickest way for a blank to get a blank over to my house pretending to be interested in the bikes. The hairs on the back of my neck stood up and I got chills. It had never occurred to me the dangers I was putting my son in. I took the whole ad down and just donated the bikes. I'm so grateful for this woman. She defined the way I parent and protect my son to this day. I pray more women and families listen to women like you. The protection of your child should be your number one concern. Thank you. I love that for you. Thank you. And I will be crossing out everybody's name here. Next one, it says, and this is an important comment, to anyone thinking she's being an alarmist, because I was getting that even personally. A lot of people I know personally have been attacking me for advocating for the safety of their children. And I find it disgusting that that's even the case. But comments like this, thank you to this person for commenting this. To anyone thinking she's an alarmist, an immediate family member of mine worked in an office that did rehabilitation and case management for SOs. This stuff, the hashtag monitoring, the photo sharing networks, is too real. Because I don't know if these parents think we're making it up or we're jealous. I don't know what it is, because again, I also don't have kids, so I've been getting that comment as well. You don't have kids, so you would understand. You don't have kids, you would understand. I don't need to have kids to understand. And that's actually ridiculous of a statement to say. It's ridiculous. I have a younger sibling. Also, I just have empathy for children, like how everybody should. What happened to the Save the Children people? Where are the Save the Children people? Where are the pro-lifers? Where are they at? It's moments like this where I'm like, where are they at? Okay, anyway. Thank you for commenting that. Next comment, it says, in the 90s, I was a community manager for AOL. Back then, the internet was mostly adults. I saw what happened when kids started to come online, generally unsupervised. For years, I said kids don't belong online without direct supervision, waning as the child grows older. But I had parents insist, my kid's a good kid. They won't misbehave. They insisted their kids would be angels online, but more damaging, they were utterly in denial of what their kids would be exposed to. The internet should never have been a space for unsupervised children. Thank you. It should never have been a place to showcase your kids. It should have always been considered an adult space. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for that amazing, beautiful, eloquent comment. Thank you. This person, I feel like this is a very important consideration to make because a lot of mothers I've noticed lately are exploiting the health predicaments and situations that their kids are in, and I find it disgusting. I was born with quite a few deformities that had been corrected with surgery. At 4 years old, I broke my femur, and it was only at 19 years old the doctors realized what was wrong and performed the right surgery. I've only been walking for the past 9 years, which thank you for your vulnerability and sharing this in the comments. It says, but I spent 28 years being embarrassed with a mother telling complete strangers my story. You're hearing it firsthand here right now from a commenter. Firsthand. So you're not even hearing it from me. Firsthand. Colleges, shop attendants, family friends, people walking their dogs on the beach, basically anyone who just looked at my scars would get a full download from infancy to adulthood. I'm so sorry that happened to you. I've had a lot of health problems, but I've had no privacy. My consent was never asked. Here you don't know who I am, and here I can share a little of my own story, but it's my choice to share. I have to beg my mother not to tell people about my private life, and then she always gets defensive. Please, please, please don't put your children on any social media. Live for your children and live wisely. I'm so sorry that happened to you. Like, again, the empath in me literally wants to cry. I was bawling my eyes out even just doing the research for this. But that's so unfortunate that there's parents just exploiting that. Okay, let's read this one. My mom tried to become YouTube famous by making me and my siblings do vlogging, but we all ended up hating it because it ruined genuine and good family moments. Yeah, because they're like this. Oh my God! Oh my God, do it again! Oh my God! I see it firsthand all day. I see it firsthand all day. We all ended up resenting her a lot for pushing the vlog. Eventually, we all refused to be a part of it anymore. Okay, this commenter says a lot, but I'm going to try to get through it. And I feel like these comments are just really important and valuable because, again, it's multiple people's accounts and understandings of this topic. This person says, as someone in the field of child development and a YouTube fan for the past 13 years, this particular topic is so important to me. In fact, I did a research proposal to measure the self-esteem of kids of family bloggers in the future to see if this phenomenon will have any sort of impact on kids. I strongly believe it will, but we don't currently have the science to back it up. If we do have the science, then we can push for stricter laws regarding influencer children, which we will get into the laws next. But unfortunately, a whole generation of kids will have to be sacrificed first before people will actually do anything, which is so sad that that's the case. That's the thing. Because even when I'm trying to advocate to people I know now, they're almost in that, oh, well, it's not going to happen to me. So until it happens to you, then you will care. That is a terrible and dangerous mindset. Why did you become a parent at that point? Why did you become a parent if that is your mindset and your capability around parenting? That is skewed. That is sick. That is not okay. Ooh, I'm literally getting hot filming this. Also, my laptop's probably hot, so that's probably why. But I'm literally getting hot filming this. I'm not even gonna apologize for my tone in this video though, because more people need to be advocating for children like this. And I wish, like, if this was happening to me as a child, I would hope that there were people like me advocating like this for children. I would pray that there were. So, I'm just getting hot. She said, 2, the parents absolutely know what they're doing when they post pics of their child in the tub eating hot dogs. They know. They know. The lack of internet safety, she said 3, the lack of internet safety. 3, The lack of internet safety awareness nowadays is actually insane. 12-year-olds running around online blasting their age, location, and face everywhere like it's no big deal. My boomer parents taught me to expose as little as possible about me online, and they never even grew up with the internet. My elementary school computer class went over internet safety. What happened to millennial parents and school boards and adults in general that just let all of this slip through the cracks? I want to know too, and I need answers quickly. I'm going to keep saying this video. Quickly. Answer. Because I remember the same thing too. Also, one commenter said, if I found out my mom or dad willingly put me in this kind of position, I would think that they didn't love me. I'm just going to let that sit as it is. I'm not even going to comment on that. Because the comment says enough. Last one. For a woman who doesn't even have kids, same here. And I think she's talking about Kiki as well, because I do not believe Kiki has kids. But I love that we don't know. Just pointing that out. You're pretty insightful. If you get it, why don't these parents? Someone responded to her and said, the problem is these parents do get it. They just don't care. They referenced a YouTube channel that said literally, or they referenced a podcast or a YouTube channel, I'm not sure, that literally sent several of them proof of their kids' videos on blank playlists, on nefarious people's playlist, and showed their social blade statistics for how many adults, mostly men, were watching videos of kids doing terrible kinds of content. They all kept up these videos on their channels, socials, etc., and made videos falsely insinuating he was a whole bunch of things. He's not. And some of their fans attacked him for telling the truth. His entire channel is dedicated to exposing this growing problem and bringing awareness to the issues of child exploitation online through family bloggers. So I believe it's probably like a YouTuber that was documenting that there's literal proof that people are doing nefarious actions with your child's content, and of course everyone attacked him. Now he's getting attacked. Make it make sense. Do you not care about your kids? Quickly answer. Do you not care about the safety of your children? Answer now. All right. Let's move forward, because I'm just getting so angry. Like, it's just so angering that we're having to like advocate and fight this hard for kids to just be safe online. It's just, where are we in the world now? Like, what is going on in the world? It's sick. So now that we've gone over and really done a deep dive on just what's going on online with parents just sharenting it up. They are just sharing everything, sharing every little moment of their kids' lives. Every little moment, second, they can get the camera out and capture it, they're posting it. We see that now. That's clear. And they're using hashtags and trying to rank their kids in search, using viral sounds, viral trends, viral moments in Mother Nature, whatever they can use to get a click, they're using. That's clear now. Let's go over some child safety statistics. Let's go over some data that I found, girl. This one was so alarming. Like, oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Okay. In the UK, more than 90% of young people 15 to 16 years old access social media. And this is from 2022, so it's probably more now. While nearly 40% of children aged between 8 to 11 years old access these social platforms. The more concerning data refers to young children. Around 28% of children between 3 to 7 years old had their own social media profile. How? And that's 2022, so there's probably more now. And you know there's more because you've seen the boom of just child content, just children everywhere online. I'm sick to my stomach. 3 years old to 7, why do they have a social media account? What is going on? What is going on? Why? And then we're wondering why the youth are so lost. We're wondering why the youth can't write, can't spell, can't read, can't do math, are failing, getting held back. Or not even, they don't even hold kids back anymore because, like, just send them out. You wonder why. They're 7 years old on TikTok and Instagram. Why? And why is nobody talking about this? Why is it okay? Where are the parents for this 28% of 3 to 7 year olds? Where are the parents? Where are they? Where are they? Oh, I know. They're sharing their kids online too, so they can't tell their kids not to have it if they've exploited them doing it since the utero. And then we get into the stats of, okay, we've gotten into a lot of, what the parents and the kids are doing online. What about the bad people? What about the bad people? Okay. Online blank statistics, can't say the word on here, otherwise they will shut this all the way down. The latest online blank statistics of 2023 show that 500,000 nefarious people are a daily threat to kids on the internet. And it doesn't stop there. Children aged 12 to 15 are the main targets of online nefarious individuals. Other statistics worth mentioning, they say within a year, 1 in 25 children get manipulated into physical contact. 1 in 25. And how many kids are online in that age range? Right, we're not even gonna do the numbers. The pandemic has contributed to the rise in the online luring cases. I bet. 15% of parents know what their kids do online. That is such a small percentage. How do you, so much sharenting is going on that no parenting is going on. Bring back parenting. That's my takeaway from this. Bring back parenting. Bring it back. Bring back parenting. That's the takeaway. That is the takeaway from this video. Bring it back, because at this point, sharenting is the main form of parenting we're seeing. We're not seeing parents parent. We're seeing them share moments with their children to exploit XYZ to get a click, get a like, get a follow, get a brand deal. I'm sick. The most common goal, remember how I said we were going to come back to the photos thing about how basically it was like almost 80% of parents just share photos. It's like mainly photos they're sharing of their kids. The most common goal of online nefarious individuals is to receive images of children. Oh. And there's 500,000 daily seeking this. With that kind of risk out there, why would you even attempt? Why would you even risk it? I need answers again. You already know what I'm going to say. Answer quickly. Why would you even risk it? Okay. Over 80% of child blank crime starts on social media. 80%. And 82% of online nefarious individuals are male. That doesn't mean that they're all male. 82% are male. That means there's still like a 28% or an 18% that are female. So don't just take it out on male. So again, because I always hear that too, where it's like, oh, my following isn't, there's no men in my following. One, men can lie and put their account under a female. And then two, females can also have nefarious intentions. Okay. And so again, I had to bring those up because I feel like it brings everything that we talked about prior to this video full circle. Full circle. Protect your kids online. Do not post them on the internet. Just don't. The smaller the digital footprint for your child, the better and the safer for them now and in the future. Let's move on to the next part, where I want to go into some laws that are currently in place to protect kids online. And surprise, in America, not many. Not many. I believe it was 1, 2, 3 states that have active laws right now specifically about social media in protection of kids. 3. How many states we got? 50? Right. So of the 3, it's California, Illinois, and Utah. And I feel like I can't even get into the details of what these laws are without like having to bleep out every single word. But just know that these are the only 3 that have actual, and I will leave all this data and information in the description for you guys to look it up. And I love too that in Illinois, there is a child labor law that amends and provides that a vlogger who features a minor child in specific amounts of vlogger's content shared on an online platform must set aside a specified amount of gross earnings on the video. And I believe that earnings is at least 15%. That's too low. I'm sorry, your entire brand is your kid. You better save 100% of what you make, because no one's watching it for you. You're not interesting. Clearly, that's why your kid is the forefront. But I wanted to bring up Coogan's law as well. I saw Cece Suarez talking about this law, and I feel like it's really important as well too. It's basically like the child actors bill and like protection law, requiring that, again, a percentage of the child actor's earning be placed into a trust until they're able to access it at 18. I'm telling you, majority of these moms that are going viral online, posting their kids everywhere, going viral, getting brand deals, doing all this, they're not saving this money for their kids. And it's very clear with a lot of the luxurious things that they end up doing down the line. They're not saving this money for their kids, because some of them literally think that since they're the ones posting it, they're within rights to take all the income and do whatever they need to do with it. It's disgusting and ridiculous. Okay, and then lastly, I want to talk about a place that's doing it right. France. France is doing it right. Everybody needs to model exactly what France is doing. Let's get into it. The France Parliament adopts a law to protect child influencers on social media. And this has now been adopted in June of 2023. This is now a thing. Okay? Okay. A new law on the commercial use of images of children under 16 online platforms. The law, which was adopted in 2020, but I believe again it's done now. In 2023, it's been done. It aims to provide a legal framework for the activities of influencer children on YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, and other platforms. The new legal framework fills an important void as the work of the child influencer was largely unregulated and their work could easily be exploited by their parents. Under this new regulation, which will come into force of April 2021, child influencers will be protected by the French Labor Code in a manner similar to child models and child actors. Thank you. Why are we not? Thank you. Why are we not doing this? Why are we just doing this now? And let me get my laptop out so I can better read this. Why are we just now doing this? I really need to know. I'm so glad that France is taking the initiative to protect children. Like, thank you. Thank you. The new rules will apply to situations where the child is in labor relation. Such a labor relation exists if, for example, the child receives orders or directions from the video producer. Again, all these moms having their kids participate in TikTok trends, learning these dances, that's a full-time job at this point. Like they're documenting their kids fresh out of bed. Oh my God, good morning. At this point, yeah, that's a job. It's a job, honey. And it's even worse than like child actors that go on set and then get off of set. There's no off and on. There's just always on at this point. So there's like a constantly. The new legislation will require that parents seek prior government authorization before their child can engage in online activities that amount to labor relation. Beautiful. As part of the authorization process, the child's parents will receive information on the rights of their child and the potential consequences of releasing images of their child on the internet. I love that. I love that. I love it. I love it. Mwah. Chef's kiss. The new rules will also apply to what the National Assembly Committee's report on the bill called a gray zone, where the child is not in labor relation, but nevertheless spends a significant amount of time making videos or derives a significant level of income from them. Thank you. Thank you. Yes. So I'll just stop there, but that's basically what they're going into, right? And they've been standing on that. In addition, this is kind of talking about one of the articles or one of the laws within, I think it's like the French code. I think I had to like blur it out because there's just not a nefarious word there, but okay. Taking, recording, or transmitting a picture or representation of a minor with a view to circulating it, where that image or representation has a nefarious character, is punished by 5 years imprisonment and a fine of $75,000. Lock these parents up. Lock them up. So at this point, they're worse than the people that are nefariously reaching out for it. It reminds me of that mom, Jacqueline, that has the daughter that's very viral. I don't even want to say her daughter's name at this point because it reminds me of her. You cannot tell me, and it is my personal belief. This is only my opinion. This is not fact. This is not fact whatsoever. This is just my opinion. My opinion is that lady is taking requests from her audience to make those disgusting videos of her daughter. And I would bet money on it. Lock her up. I'll go a little bit down because it says the penalties are increased to 7 years imprisonment and a fine of $100,000 where use was made of a communication network for the circulation of images to an unrestricted public in order to circulate the image or representation of a minor. Period. Abstaining access habitually or in return for payment to a service of online communication to the public, displaying such a picture or representation, acquiring or possessing such picture or representation by any means is punished by 2 years imprisonment and a fine of $30,000. The offenses set out in the present article are punished by 10 years imprisonment and by a fine of $500,000. France, you know what you're doing. you know, you're on your big one. France is doing their big one, okay? Doing their big one. And I also saw a report too. I don't know where this was, but like off the top of my head, I don't remember. I believe it was the UK. Woman faces a $9,000 fine if she posts pictures of her son on Facebook. Teenager's mother will also have to remove all previous images of him. Start suing these parents. And I can't wait to see it. I can't wait to see how many of your kids start suing you for the stuff that you guys are doing online. Because I know I would. I know I would. You're utilizing my likeness to make money and basically exploit my experience and my upbringing to thousands, if not millions, sometimes of people. You're going to pay me. I'm going to sue you. Like, I don't care. I don't care. I love it. I love to see it. I can't. We're going to be seeing a lot more of it, trust, because these parents, it's not clicking. But that's all I have in terms of all the data and research on this video. Like, there's so much more I can get into. If you guys want a part 2 on this, it's unfortunate that there's more to get into, but there is. And I also try to keep it very mild because I know that there's even certain things on YouTube I can't even say or talk about because it's going to flag my video. Yet, again, these parents are able to just go and share and do all this nefarious stuff, right? All right. So in the end, that's what sharenting is. That's the epidemic that it's truly become because it's at this point truly an illness. I believe, I have my belief, my own opinion. This is an illness. These parents are sick. They need help. I don't know if they should have ever become parents. I feel like now I'm rethinking the intentions of a lot of parents nowadays. Are they having kids to go through the process of pregnancy and all of that just for clicks and views to become famous because you're that uninteresting yourself? Because I'm going to just call it like it is. So my takeaway from this is if you know that the only way for you to make income online is by exploiting things in your life that have no consensual value, like your children, because they cannot consent to what's going on, unless your kids are 18 or whatever. I get it. Or even 13 and up. At least they can kind of understand what you're asking them when you're asking them for consent to post online. I get that. There's leniency to this. I get it. I get it. I get it. I get it. If you cannot find anything else to post about, you are not a content creator. You're not meant for this. Clock into a real job, find something real to do, stay a stay-at-home mom. No one wants to see it anymore. I'm done. I'm tired. People need to start protecting children online. And really, in a few years, we're going to start seeing major, huge consequences from the actions that these parents are taking online. And it doesn't need to be a famous vlogger. It could be a Joe Schmo. That's the other thing. It could be a Joe Schmo. These people with nefarious, these 500,000 people daily with nefarious intentions online don't care whether it's a famous kid, a picture of a famous kid, or a picture of the neighbor that you know. They don't care. They're just looking and sweeping pictures of kids at mass. And I can get into it in part 2, maybe like what they're doing. I don't even know if I want to make a video on that, on what they're doing with this content, but I feel like that just needs to almost be talked about too, because again, parents are not believing what's going on, or, oh, it could just never be me, or, sick and disgusting. So I'm so glad that I got this video out. I will definitely be making more videos like this. If you enjoyed it, please like, subscribe, comment down below what you think about sharenting. Have you heard of this? Sharenting syndrome, was that interesting to you to hear more about that study in that section? Is it crazy to you that there's 28% of kids 3 to 7 in the UK that have social media accounts? I find that disgusting. On average, again, 1,500 photos of children in the UK are posted before they're the age of 5. So there's like 1,500 photos of you before the age of 5. I can't even imagine. So protect your kids online. It's just another reminder. And your siblings, any kids that you know, they just should not be online. Period. That's just it. I'm going to go. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Like, subscribe, comment below.